Yeah, so I think we are live. Hi everyone, I welcome you all to Live Meshery's weekly development meeting. This is the meeting where we talk about everything related to the project Meshery, which is also one of the fastest growing CNCF project. It's at the ninth place, and it's a cloud native manager. So everything that you do through command line, through YAML configuration file, you can do all of them in a visual designer and operator tools that we have. Resources specific to the project and the community you can find in the header of this Google Docs. Link is already in chat shared by Amit. I'll once again go ahead by dropping this just in case you are okay. Amit has already done so. Thanks a lot, Amit. Yes, the docs that you all hopefully can see on your screen is the meeting minutes for this call, and it is where you will find all the links to the issues and pull requests we will be discussing. It also has a couple of other standing agenda items and a training schedule too that we will be very shortly discussing. So yes, we will be sending a reminder to the Meshery channel, and for that I would request once again my co-host Amit. So Amit, if you could do that, that will help a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. And then we'll also be following our tradition, and that is if you're on this call for the very first time, take the stage and give your quick introduction. So how did you come to know about the community and what's the tech stack that you are most proficient in, or maybe where are you calling from? So let's see if we have newcomers today on the call. So Chirag, Vaibhav, Dheeraj, I think you all are newcomers. Do you mind unmuting yourself and giving your introduction?
Yeah, I can go first. So, hi everyone. I recently joined the community and I'm really excited. So, about myself, I am a site reliability engineer at New, and I have experience in Kubernetes, Docker, AWS, microservices architecture. I'm here to collaborate and learn more about Meshery, and also excited to contribute to the open source community. And part of this, I have started learning Go, so this is one of the best start for me. I've already started contributing, and you can in the document Google Doc that we shared, you can see my pull request or the issue that I'm working on. So yeah, that's about me.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for giving your introduction. And yeah, it's really great that you're joining this call for the very first time, introducing yourself, and also have a PR up already. So that's really awesome. Dheeraj, thanks a lot for joining the
Thank
call. All right. Next up, Vaibhav, do you mind going next?
Hello everyone.
Hi. Yeah, so usually the introduction is a little longer than just hey everyone. You can once
I'm
again.
sorry, I thought you guys were in the middle of something. I'm Faizan Sheikh. I'm a newcomer. I just started contributing to the Meshery project. I haven't contributed. I just made the kubectl snapshot plugin, just a small MVP of it. So I'm here for now.
Hey, so thanks a lot for giving your introduction, Faizan. And I think your item is the very first in the topic. So, yep, we will be sure to take a look at that.
Okay.
Yep. So I'll once again say the stage is open. You can, if you are a newcomer, you can unmute and give your quick introduction. We will be taking a couple of more. And yes, if you have any issues, you can utilize the chat box too. So yes, anyone who would like to go next and are a newcomer, please do.
Hey everyone,
Hi.
I am Chirag, and I am basically a full stack developer. And but I am currently exploring Kubernetes and Docker, and especially cloud natives. And today I raise a PR about Docker file linting fix, and I'm DCO something issue in my PR today. Can you anybody help me about that?
Yep, definitely. So first of all, thank you for giving your introduction, and it's also nice that you already have a PR up. One of the maintainers, Lee Calcote, who is also on the call, has already suggested a fix. So all the steps that you would need to execute in order to file the
Uh,
DCU.
yeah, I tried that, but I am stuck in somewhere. I don't know why.
Yeah, so let me help you. What I will do after the call, I'll come with more docs links that we have in our documentation, which describes what a DCO is and how you can configure it automatically on your command line and in GitHub UI. So I'll be sure to come there on your PR and help you out. We'll be
And
fixing it together.
I also on VS Code extension, but I don't know why it's not working.
Yeah. Like I said, we'll be taking a look at it together and we'll fix it together, Chirag.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I think that's like a couple of folks are also remaining, but we are also 8 minutes into the meeting. So let's take one more introduction from newcomers. Uh,
Hello.
Hi, Lakshya.
Hello, myself Lakshya, and I am new to Layer 5 and I started contributing to Layer 5. It's been, I guess, a week. I'm getting familiar with Layer 5 and Meshery. Yeah, it's, I'm like happy to join you guys. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
same. So very welcome to the call and thank you for giving your introduction, Lakshya. Time to time, we make some call for volunteers that you potentially can help us with. So once again, it's nice to have you on the call.
Thank you so much.
All right, folks. So I think that's all for the newcomers. If you are left, make sure that you do it through the chat box. We will now be rolling with the standing agenda items followed by our other agenda items. I'll be quickly again sharing this meeting minutes, that the Google Docs in chat box. So let's cover some of these standing agenda items for components like CLI and UI and individuals who are in charge like Matthew and Amit are on call. And I'm hopeful that they will be walking us through. So Matthew, do you mind going first and talking about the CLI updates?
Yes. Let me share my screen. Okay, should be good. So I'm going to talk about the CLI of the project, which is named Meshery CTL. So we have this link is going to that Google Sheet where all commands that are present in the Meshery CTL are listed. The file is not fully up to date, but I'm working on it currently to make it with the latest status. And also we have currently work which is done related to end-to-end testing using the Meshery CTL CLI. And we have this.
Matthew, sorry to interrupt. Do you mind zooming in a little?
Zooming?
Yeah, so if you could zoom in the screen, yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay. So here we have the list of the tests that will be implemented against the CLI. There are some that there's already some pull requests that have been raised somehow. So yes, related to those tests, here is the list of the issues and also pull request open. So if people want to contribute here, you can just go through those issues and pull requests, other reviews for people that want. I will share the link in the chat once I have done my presentation. So basically what we want to achieve here, it's like I said, running tests for all subcommands, and we have split all in subtasks. sub issue in GitHub. So yes, this pretty much it. The work is going on. All people who want to contribute is welcome. So I hope that people will try. Perhaps one note about this: if you are not familiar with the CLI, before taking an issue, try it by yourself. Experiment with all the commands, and then you will be able to implement those tests more easily. Yes, that's it. That's all.
Thank you, Matthew. Does anyone have any question for Matthew, or should we go ahead? I think not. So then, Amit, do you mind going next?
Yeah, sure. So this is a spreadsheet where we track all about the UI migration that we are doing in the Meshery UI and the extension of the Meshery. So like from we previously did the MUI migration to version 4 to version 5, and adding to this, like we have an update regarding the Meshery Cloud UI that we recently migrated component to the MUI version 4 to 5 to the cloud. So like in the some of like 1 to 2 days we are done with this cloud migration as well for the MUI version 4 to 5, and after that we can move to the A- MUI version 4 to version 5 because the latest version of the MUI was 6. So yeah, after the we done with all of the extension, we can head over to the version 6 of the MUI. So this is update regarding the MUI migration. And also we are tracking the migration of the class based component to the functional base. So in the Meshery UI, we have some of the class based component. We done a lot of component migrate to the functional base, but some of are left, and majorly like the Grafana and the Prometheus component that we decide to do like once we have the live running Grafana and the Prometheus in the Messery UI. Currently it is broken, and so after that we can merge those PR. Currently the PR for that Grafana component migrate to the functional base was open, but it is like without testing the functionality it is working or not. So we kind of hold that PR. So once we get done with this, some of the backend changes with this Grafana working, after that we can merge those to the functional base component. Yeah, and like some of the are left that are not assigned, like the Messi adapter play component that we use in the adapter page and the Prometheus component. So yeah, so anyone who wants to work, they can work in this. So any question?
So like only two of these are open for volunteers and the others are like nearly done, and I think there are PRAs for the rest. So only I think three or two, I think two are open now.
Yeah, for the other, the Falgun created the PR for that. So like Falgun, do you mind like the take the Kapil about the progress of the how Grafana was fixed in the backend?
how how should we fix it, right? So, like there are few APIs which talks like we have a Grafana client in it that fetches the data source from the Grafana when we provide the URL and the API key. So it is not able to fetch the data source when problem is that like even when I provide the name of data source, the API key and the like I'm sending in all details and the connection ID, I'm sending all of the required details, but it's not able to fetch. if in case the backend is working in his case, then like I want to know that what are the required fields. There might be a case that I am missing some information, but I think I am passing it. Like I, I, and also I have converted the Prometheus component and it is working well. And show you where it's working.
Okay.
But
All right. Thanks a lot, Amit. Do you mind sharing the sheet link in a chat box so that others can take a look?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So then we have this release milestone for Meshery, which is like 40% completed. And if you by any chance would like to be a part of it, do take a look at this board. I'll quickly drop this in chat. And then we have this contributor training schedule. So I'll quickly try to brief over this. So we have many helping community members coming into the community and offering their help and contribution wherever they can. And since Meshery and its ecosystem is very vast, we often find contributors asking for help in various areas of their interest. And so we are trying to have this consistent schedule of contributor-facing training, sessions that will be covered either on this meeting, in the later half of this meeting, or on weekly newcomers meeting. So anyone, including contributors or members who have experience working into the technology that's mentioned and also the area, they can sign up for this and can take contributors through, that particular component. We also have an GitHub issues open, and it has also covered all the other tests and the recognition that will be provided to these individuals. So I hope this will be, it will be benefiting the community that is there. Let me quickly drop this in chat. For the newcomers meeting that will be, so newcomers meeting is also a meeting that happens weekly, and I'll be sharing with you the community calendar. For tomorrow's newcomers meeting, we will be having a session on how to contribute into Meshery Docs, which is a Jekyll site. So if you are someone who would like to take a look at that, please do join the newcomers meeting tomorrow. I'll be the one who will be, presenting. So I think that's all. I'll take a look if we have anyone who would want to say more on this, or if you would just want to simply sign up, you can comment onto the GitHub issue.
Sign up for offering training.
Yep, correct.
Yep. Are those that has anyone signed up yet? So generally, I would expect it, like there are a number of maintainers that are responsible for those different components. I think have those folks chimed in?
As of now, they have not, so I'm hopeful that they will.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got, well, and some folks aren't maintainers yet, but does anyone know Playwright on this call and wants to sign up to take people through how end-to-end testing works, offer some training on that? We've got a large number of participants in the community that want to participate in that particular area. The same goes for the framework that we're using for CLI testing with BATS. Does anyone want to take people through that? The idea here, yeah, Ria, thank you, Ria, perfect. Before you can say anything, good, great, that'd be great. How about I guess there's a couple of topics on the CLI. One would be.
I can help, but I've just run out of time, so.
Yeah.
But yes, I could help on both the CLI and the BATS part.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Actually, to help Ria and Matthew and everyone else that's considering this, Vivek, so there's a large number of newcomers that come through the community and just existing community members that would like to engage in different aspects of the project. Right now is the idea that these 20-minute or 30-minute sessions, is the intention to have those potentially on this meeting and or the newcomers meeting, did we hone in on one of the two?
So I think we can have it in
I would
newcomers meeting.
recommend go ahead.
No, go ahead, Sangram.
Sorry,
Actually, that's helpful. Sangram, go.
I would recommend that we schedule something separately with enough time. I think this existing 1 hour might be too tight, and we may not be able to clear doubts and things like that. So maybe a separate schedule for that would be good.
Yeah, nice. The newcomers meeting is probably like pretty much perfect, like aligns with what Sangram was just, suggesting. And that is that I get, and that is that on a weekly basis, there's a welcome meeting and there's an introductory and orientation. And part of the newcomers meeting that happens every Thursday is part of the objective is to get everybody their first PR on the project. Super simple PR, do stuff like sign-offs on your commits, like Chirag was asking about earlier. And that, yeah, using the latter half of that meeting might be a perfect use, the right audience and the right, a challenge might be just ensuring that it's comfortable for Matthew and Ria and Vivek and Amit, for those that are offering the training, that it's not just an additional burden on the things that they're already doing, but that they've got the time to do it. And so, great. It sounds like so this schedule is just coming together. Sounds like depending upon availability of these individuals, we'll have 1, 2, 3. We'll have like a month and a half to 2 months worth of new contributor training. That's awesome. I hate to think that, well, not I hate to think, but we might want to acknowledge up front Meshery CLI and Meshery UI, the end-to-end tests, like those two might steal the show. So I have to feel bad for Meshery docs and for the general UI and the general server. I think, anyway, those end up being very popular topics, the playwright and bats. And so just to whomever is giving the training on the other ones, don't feel bad. It's not you. It's just the popularity of those frameworks. Okay, great. Vivek, I've interrupted. Now I won't shut up. But are we missing any components? I wonder. There might be another topic or two. Like at some point, if enough folks chime in, like Dheeraj Kadam, who introduced earlier, and he mentions things like SRE and DevOps and that kind of a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's a whole, the Meshery playground that's running out there. It is, well, it's up and actually running in no small part thanks to Sangram, who's on the call. I was just thinking, oh yeah, at some point maybe there should be a session on that topic, on like Meshery deployments and how they're done.
Yeah, definitely. I'll take a look at it and probably update in the document.
Yeah, no pressure, but just trying to think through the complete set of topics. One of the training topics, actually, I was just talking to Gaurav, who's on the call. We were just talking about how Meshery models are created, and he was chewing on the Azure services and all of their patterns. He was teaching me about how Azure works, and we were just looking at how to create models like that. That's another potential training topic. So there's a lot of things to cover. I don't know that that's a full schedule. That's what I'm trying to point out.
Yeah, all right. So thanks a lot, everyone. So talking about Meshery Playground, if you want to get introduced to it, we have a tutorial on exploring Kubernetes pods with Meshery Playground. Once again, it's authored by Sangram, who is also on the call, and Lee just mentioned how he helped get up the environment running. So I'll quickly share this link in chat, and there are any number of other sets of tutorials that you would want to explore. but this can be a good start. All right. So yeah, once again, if you feel like giving these sessions, you can once again sound off on that into this GitHub issue. Okay, so finally we now start with topics, and the very first is on kubectl missing snapshot from Faizan is also on the call. So Faizan, like I'll quickly say that anyone who is newcomer on the call and might not be familiar, you can start sharing your screen and give a little context before you start presenting. So yeah, please go ahead.
Hello everyone. So I picked up the project from the GSOC list. It was to using missing as a binary and then creating snapshots from it. Basically, what it would do is it would just create. I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yep.
Yep. All right. I previously showed Lee about how this works. So let me just quickly show you. So as soon as I run it, it applies the missing CRDs. It waits for the broker to initialize and then collects resources. And then afterwards, we can see a resource summary and we can see the file generated, which is this missing that snapshot.json. And this would be this file. This consists of all the resources that we have collected from missing itself. And we can also target it through namespaces with something like this. That's the snapshot. I just initialized a new Nginx pod with one service. As you can see, I get this snapshot and I get this save successfully. So this would be here. Yeah. So regarding the issues with the project, as you can see, I'm having to apply the missing CRDs, and then I would also have to wait for the broker to initialize, and then the missing would itself take some time to collect, and then I would get it. Uh, when I discussed this with Lee, it was mentioned clearly that all these steps shouldn't be happening. Snapshot should be taken as quickly as possible, and then we would need to also save these as designs, which was said by Lee yesterday to me. I would like to know how can I proceed with that.
Nice.
I think, yeah, go on.
No, I'm hoping somebody else would engage. Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I was saying like Faizan, you actually, I think you missed yesterday's meeting, so Nitika already like demonstrated like he's I think also working on enhancing the core meshing to like not make it necessary to have nets up and running. So I think with his PR, it won't be now necessary to deploy nets and have a nets broker up and running to get the meshing data. So that's one step towards that, removing one of the dependencies for the snapshot. So I don't know, like if you have already talked with him regarding that, because that removes one step of it. And I think regarding the CRDs, I think we need to think about them, like how we can like maybe circumvent that also. But regarding the main thing of broker, that's in his PR, he has like eliminating that step. And if you are regarding like converting it to the design, I think like if you are like exporting it already inside in a like a compatible format, like a manifest format, then I think you don't need to do that conversion directly, because canvas and Meshery already can import a manifest and convert that to design. So I think that should be already done. So, and I don't know, like if you go through his PR, I think you might be doing some like redundant work, because
I will go through it.
he might
I
have already
wasn't
done some
aware
of
of
this.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll talk to Nikita about it and we'll get through this.
Yeah, a quick question, like a bit like what we can like truncate like CRD, right? Like to have like a very truncated version, but we cannot get rid of them completely because we still need to receive information about the cluster.
Yeah, I think one of the things would be like because this is like a one-time thing, we would need to like just probably then implement the cleanup quickly. Like once the snapshot is done, we should just clean up everything that was like created during it, and also like we don't need it to be like kind of a long running thing to watch stuff. Just like get the snapshot, dump it, and clean up. Because ideally, like meshing runs as a long running process and keeps on watching on the resources and feeding it to the broker. So we probably won't need that with the plugin.
Cool, thank you.
Lee, you're on mute.
Okay, I think I'm here. Zoom is. I'm gonna take Zoom out the back. We're gonna have some words. Anyway, Zoom on my machine doesn't want to cooperate, and it's winning right now, unfortunately. Okay. Anyway, Faizan, that's exciting. That's fantastic. Thanks for that. Nikita is kicking some similar butt, and we might even hear from Tanish on a similar topic. And so this is, I think today, Tanish, if you have a demo, good. We're gonna get this thing covered about 2 or 3 different ways. It might end up that first of all, Meshery is extensible. There's no limit to the number of extensions that people can create. Like there might be different scenarios in which people would prefer a kubectl plugin to run under this flow or under this deployment model, this one. Some people might fall in love with the visual snapshots that they can get of their cluster, and they want it on an ongoing basis. They're like, good, let's just deploy. Let's use this plugin under this deployment model or profile. And so maybe that's a different plugin. Maybe it's the same plugin, just different parameters. Like maybe as part of Mesh, there's a ton of work that needs to go into Mesh Sync itself. And then like packaging it up as an extension to kubectl is an excellent way of truncating the time to value, how long it takes for someone to get some insights using Meshery tooling, actually using Meshery, but using native tooling, kubectl, that's right at their fingertips anyway. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is, hey, in a natural way, in an organic way, there might be some duplicity to what some of us are doing, but that's very good. It's necessary. And when we're done, we might end up with hopefully a much better mesh sync at large. There are a number of use cases that I was chatting with Nikita about things that have been on mesh sync's roadmap for a long time. It needs to be a highly capable, well-oiled, like ignorant machine, ignorant up until the point that someone tells it, here's what I want you to do. Watch for these resources, run a number of different mesh syncs, each on one cluster, coalesce that information back into a central place in Meshery server, offload Meshery server's responsibility for figuring out what a config map is and which component that maps to inside the Meshery registry. Like there's a number of mesh sync itself needs to become smarter. And maybe, NATS right now is a separate component to help, provide messaging between mesh sync and a remote Meshery server. Maybe that can be embedded. Anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is, even if there's a little bit of duplicity happening right now, it's a very healthy thing considering how much mesh sync and its function might be enhanced. And so on that note, we definitely need to write down these different flows and make sure they're understood and make sure folks agree that that's a worthwhile endeavor. But Tanish, do you want to rehash this topic? I think you done some work?
Yeah, my topic just the next one. I was ready with the demo.
Oh, yeah, very good. I'll be quiet.
Should I start the demo?
Please.
Okay. So let me first share my screen. Okay. So hello everyone. Today I will be giving demo about my GSOC project, kubectl Canvas Snapshot plugin. But before I start, I want to give a little bit context to those who are new here, right? So for what will be this kubectl plugin will be doing, right? It will allow the user to create canvas design from manifest directly from the terminal with just a simple command. And as an output, it will return an URL from which the user can see the structure of this like manifest they have designed, right? So let me first start with the demo. So, so the current code is currently like in MVP stage, so there are a lot of refinement in the command, right? So this is the command look like right now. As you can see, like I am passing it as uh, match token as a tag, but in future what I'm thinking of is like taking the token directly from the auth.json, which is present in the .meshery file, just like the meshery CTL does it, right? So like let's like firstly start with the command execution. So let's enter. Why is it failing? Oh no, authentication failing. Uh, can I have a bit of
The,
time because like
yeah, the
I guess the
token
auth
might
token
be
changed.
expired, but one thing like the another variant of this plugin is like the Helm Canvas snapshot,
Yeah,
and we don't require like a authentication token for it because I think we it's kind of like I think we
I
don't
guess
need an authentication. We
yeah,
just
it
wanted
was
to create a
uh
public snapshot.
I guess it was using it from the auth.json only. I am like copying the Helms plugin only, but I guess it took it from the auth.json, I guess, because
Okay,
the
so
whole
like if
workflow
it
is
already
same.
requires,
The
if
whole
that
workflow
also
is same.
requires authentication, then it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I guess like the auth token is uh failing, I guess. Like, can I like play a video? I have a video. I have recorded 4P.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so just give me. Okay. So this is the command execution. So after the execution of the command, we will get a design ID, which is I'm using the server's API, right? Slash API slash pattern slash import, from which I'm sending it request, and then I'm getting that design generated. And I'm also like in the logs, I'm also giving an as a Meshery URL of the specific design, which you can see from there only. And uh, I have one doubt also. I am like in the command line, I am providing the asset location, like on the URL, the snapshot will be present, right? So like I'm going to show the before commands. Okay, it's not there. So the URL will be present there. So I am providing it before. I refer to the Helms plugin. They have like commented out the loader. I was thinking of adding a loader here because for now, if I click here on the assets location, it will give me 404 not found because the workflow is currently running. So, but for now, I have implemented it like this only. And there is a GitHub Kubernetes workflow. I have also provided the link. Let me go. Uh, Yeah, this actually potential connections. Okay, so the after the execution of the command, the this workflow will be running, and I am using this left slice canvas snapshot that is using Cypress. to go on the playground's URL and take a screenshot there and provide it into the assets location that I have provided. And the user can get the URL from here only, like in the assets location or from the terminal. I have provided it there. Like for now, let me click on it. Like you are getting a screenshot of a snapshot. And I guess I'm done with the demo, but like for the future, what I'm thinking is of adding an download button that user can download the PNG locally, and also like integrating Slack uh, and tests and docs and a lot more things. Right. So this is I'm done with the demo, and thanks for guys for listening to me.
Yeah, actually, like one thing that like because the core logic for both the Helm and the Canvas,
Yeah.
like the CubeState one, would be same. Like, are we reusing the same logic there, or are we re-implementing that? Because even though it's pretty small logic, but that should be the same. And in the same way, like if we end up enhancing it, we'd just have to do it in one place. Because right now it's just the same. I think we'd only need to like wrap up it to be like compatible with kubectl, and
Yeah.
other one would be for Helm, but the logic should be same and reused.
The logic is same, and for the auth.json, I did it because the service API was asking for authentication. So I use the Meshery token only.
Yeah, I mean, just like it should be actually like reused. Same code should be reused between the two plugins. So
Yeah.
whatever the other one is doing, just we use the same. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, everything's nice, pretty.
Mm.
All right, so thank you for sharing your updates, Tanisk. We have a couple of next updates from Nikita. So, Nikita, do you mind going next?
Sure. Let me share my screen. This will, yeah. Yeah. Do you see my screen? Like it should be GitHub, yeah?
No, we cannot yet.
Oh, yeah. I need to press again. Sorry. Yeah, now I'm sharing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I'm working like on the init command, and like a part of this init command like is to generate a complete provide working examples for users to customize like for a model. And as we discussed like 2 weeks ago like in the Slack, so it will be nice to actually not just like to provide example and validate them like on a schema, but actually to generate them from schema directly. So, and Abid suggested like to use a particular tool like it's called JSON schema default. So I used this tool actually like immediately like 2 weeks ago, but like it was some issues which I was not happy about. Yeah, JSON schema default. So like I noticed that like the generated JSON, they didn't contain like all the fields, for example, like ID field. So this is like a version which was like when I was using this like JSON schema default, like you see this like a model JSON, and as you can see, it does not have like, for example, ID field. Yeah, it doesn't have lots of fields actually, but like for example, there is no ID, and if you go to others, there is also no ID. So I did some investigation yesterday, and I figured out that like this tool just does not resolve like references like in JSON schema.
Yeah.
By references, I just quickly just like show what's references like. So there is like this like ref. Oh, sorry, it's like I need to go here and v1 beta model. Like yeah, so there is like a references to other fields like this, like as reference. And JSON schema default just like do not like anyhow resolve these references. So like I found another tool, complementary tool, which is called like actually, I mean like which is doing this thing. Like it is like JSON schema ref parser. And I incorporated this tool into the PR. So right now, how the script is working, it's actually first like using ref parser, so it will kind of resolve all the references, and then it is using schema default to populate default values. And here is like how like it is looking right now.
Yeah, actually, like Nikita regarding the ref parsing, like there's already one script, like I think ref resolver.js already there, which does nearly, which actually use the same tool to resolve the ref. So you might actually like directly call that. I think it's also a JavaScript module, so you would be able to call it from there, unless you are just like simply calling the plugin and not doing any other log, then you can keep it. But otherwise you can actually, yeah, you can just actually just use that script that's already there. I think it's called ref resolver.js to resolve the refs in the file, and then use that file to generate the defaults. It's, I think, inside scripts probably.
Just one moment. We want better. Why it is? I think, yeah, this one. Yeah, I mean, like this is like a version we generated like from this like ref parser. Like you see, it has
Yeah.
much more fields. And can you say it again? What do you mean by? I didn't get like. So you mean that this is already like in place? Yes, it's like ref parser or what?
Yeah, like there is already a script for resolving the refs in the schema, so you can just like call that for doing the ref resolution. So I think it's called the resolve refs. It's like
Script.
inside scripts folder. Yeah, scripts
Mhm.
folder.
So
Inside.
if I go, yeah,
Exactly.
inside scripts, ref resolver. Ah, okay.
Yeah,
So
this uses
actually,
the same
I actually
plugin.
using the same tool
Yeah.
in my script. So, but like this, okay, yeah, I will take a look. So like, just let me show you. So yeah, actually, you see, using the same tool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know about this. Okay, I will just like check this like ref resolver script and probably just will reuse this one if it is.
Yeah. Actually, like if
Or
because I just saw you, like, because you don't do anything complex with it, you can actually like if you can't like reuse it directly, then you can keep your implementation, because you're just actually just directly calling the library,
yeah, I
so
just
you're
using
not doing
correct.
the
I just like
yeah.
calling it one time, like as this ref resolver.
Yeah.
I just like, call it like
Yeah, this is good. This actually, yeah, good.
to the references. So yeah, but I will check
Yeah.
the script which we have. But like if not,
Yeah,
that
actually,
I
I
will
think
just
I think probably like you should keep your like this version, because I think I might actually remove that script, because it was from the old generation time we were using it, and it has actually like redundant logic. It's like it's trying to resolve manually and walking through and doing some redundant stuff. So I think, yeah, you can keep this probably your version, because it directly
okay.
calls the library.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all for this like update. I market PR is ready for review, so like if you can go and review it, yeah, I will be very appreciated. Thank you.
I think, yeah, this is, I think this needs complete.
Yeah, thank you, Nikita, for your updates. Does anyone have any question or feedback for Nikita?
Yeah, no, just what Abid had said, which is probably that's a better implementation, that there had been a solution in the past, but is that solution can probably be replaced. To the extent that we're driving that ref resolver or any of the scripts through make targets, that's ideal. So that whether the GitHub workflow is invoking it or contributors are invoking it on command line, but just kind of standard across all the repos, that we're hopefully running things through make. There are a few repos where that's not the case. Like contributors make the projects with or build the projects with make, and then the workflow goes and does something different. And something always breaks. So.
Yeah, so thanks everyone. Next up, we have these updates from Matthew. So Matthew, can you please go next?
Yep. So I have this pull request open. Basically, just an initiative to enforce UX in the Meshery CTL tool. So basically, currently, when you are running some command, sometimes when you are doing you're coding a command with a list command in one command and another, the behavior is not the same, and just to keep the behavior the same in all subcommand, I just try to see how I can implement something that is reusable everywhere. So basically what I've done, I took those two commands, environment and relationship, and built something that I can reuse for burst and have the CLI working the same way. So if we go on the implementation part, what I have done, it's I create one package where I'm reusing something that it is already present, and it is duplicate everywhere. So I just wrap this command inside a function, and then, for example, here what I'm doing, I'm just doing a call on Meshery server to retrieve all data for a particular component of Meshery. And you can see, let's say, if I'm go in the list here, just to have the reply of the API. Now I'm just running one line instead of doing all I was doing before to have the same result. And I did the same thing to display the data, to list it. Instead of do this stuff every time, I just call one time a function which will display the data. And here you see that I'm in the environment command, but I reuse exactly the same implementation in relationship. And now I have both command that is working the same way. And which is interesting here, it's if I have to do a fix for one command, I'm going in that function, and it will be applied for every function. So PN is open. The pair is open. If people can take a look on it and give feedbacks.
Actually, Meta, this is actually pretty nice because we have otherwise pretty much inconsistency between different commands, and like especially like in formatting and display. So you are like kind of creating these display formatters for the data and just reusing them. And for the also like I think for the API fetch reusable functions, they're also nice. So we don't need
Yes.
to just have the same boilerplate everywhere. And yeah, these are pretty
Yes.
yeah, it's pretty nice because these are pretty simple, so it doesn't complicate anything. Yeah. But just one thing, like because you are now created these like reusable functions, like I don't know, like if in the same PR you have like migrated like every place with this one, or like are we going to like do it
I
in
have
next PR?
started. I have started with those both commands just to validate that it's working the same way. And yes, I will create
Yeah.
issues and make it backward the work to reuse it in all commands.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
seen some place where perhaps it will be difficult. For example, in the um, design command list, it's design or pattern. It was named pattern before. I saw that they are
Yeah.
pretty, I don't know, more than 20,000 rows. So I don't think this will work fetching 20,000 rows and display it. So just some parts that perhaps we will have to make something different. But yes, I think that we can reuse it for most of the commands that are currently present. And yes, also perhaps one thing that I didn't mention, but I have done the same thing with the test. For example, here we can see that to test the list command now, we just need to uh, define the fixtures and the data and just call this command and we can reuse it in all subcommands. It's working well. I have used it in several commands currently and everything is good.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, like one thing, like regarding, I think you mentioned about the patterns API, and like most of the APIs that are pretty large, and for those APIs, we should just like I think we are already paginating them inside Meshery and in other places. So I think for these generic functions, they should also like have that reusable pagination support. So because that will have both in formatting and fetching, so we can like, because I think different sometimes some API, like some of these Meshery commands are like differently display the paginated data. So yeah, that would be also helpful. Like if that's also reused properly and just consistent.
yes.
I mean, the API should be responding by default with pagination. They should only be
Yeah.
responding with like 10 records by default. Are you finding that, are you
Yeah,
asking?
it's good, but what I have seen currently in the pattern, I name it pattern, but I think it's renamed now. But when we do a list, currently it just displays the first page and then it quit. I just see that yesterday, and
Yeah.
I don't think it should work that way. I need to investigate that part.
Yeah, it's probably broken because like if I think if you test some of the other commands, they have like pagination support. I don't like, I think it's enter or something to do the pagination, but yeah, like whatever we are using, we should just be like make it generic and reusable, and I think that, and then probably use the same in the patterns or designs command
Yeah.
also, because yeah, that's naturally what you're doing, trying to be consistent, and yeah, that would
Yes.
help.
Okay. Another pair here. It's related to the end-to-end test. So basically, on the first implementation, the CI, the action to run the test was not working related to those tapes. Just validate that the server is running, the config file is created, the hot file and the token is provided properly. So this was broken and now it is fixed. So we can just need to uh, review that pull request and excuse me, I think that I have another one. No. Uh, yes, it's this one was about the documentation related to test with bats. So I just add a new sections and just need to be reviewed. And it's it. It's all for me.
Yeah, so thanks a lot, Matthew. And looks like we are on time. And so quickly before we end the call, I would like to share with you all that upcoming week we'll be participating in Cloud Native Con Europe, where Sangram and Yash Sharma will be representing the project and will be giving some talks. So details around that you will find into this page. That's again shared in chat. And yeah, all these meetings that happen weekly, you will find their schedule and meeting minutes Also the Slack channel where the discussion is held around them, into community calendar. Again, that's also linked in the chat box. And very last about this security slam. So we were preparing for security slam for like a couple of weeks, and this is the Google Docs that covers all of those details. So I will also quickly drop this in chat. And yep, when it will be held and the topics around that again is mentioned in this Google Docs itself. So that should be helpful, I think. With that, I thank you all for joining the meeting and participating. We'll see you next Wednesday. Till then, bye.